With Darren Ferguson back in charge, how much are you enjoying that relationship again?
Great fun, enjoyable, love it. Breath of fresh air. Just really enjoyable, you know. It's the old adage, isn't it? You go through obviously a few managers, and I've gone through a few managers over the years. You just want someone that you can connect with, someone that you enjoy working with, somebody that you look forward to talking to every day, and somebody who gets what you as a club are all about and you as an ownership group are all about. And I think the gaffer gets me, Randy and Jason. He knows what we want, he knows what we're all about. I think he's just a great fit for our club, and he's a great fit for the new owners as well. Forget about me for a minute, you know what I mean? For them, he's perfect for, you know, what they would want. You know, whether I was here or not, he is ideal manager for Peterborough United Football Club. So as an ownership group, we're really, really happy. And the guys, you know, even when we were losing the games, it was both Randy and Jason who were like, listen, we should make him permanent manager. That's how comfortable they were working with him. So yeah, he epitomises everything we're all about, and really, really happy.
Part of that enjoyment, the fact that you know Darren has an interest in everything in the football club, because you want someone who can not run it day to day, but someone who has an eye on it.
You want someone who doesn't ignore the youth. You want someone who puts smiles on all the staff's faces. You want somebody who engages with the board. You want somebody who doesn't demand all the time. It's like, you know, non-stop want this, spend this, spend that, and you know, there's no appreciation. So you want somebody who appreciates the support when you can give it. You want someone who understands that when you can't do it, it's just not feasible. You want somebody who agrees with the overall policy of a football club, and we used to have a policy that we're really proud of. And you want somebody who, the under-18s, the under-16 coaches, or Nick Shepherd, you know, they'll smile in their direction when they see them and give them time and watch the under-18s, under-16s games, because that's important to our club. So you want someone the fans can, you know, connect with. You want somebody who represents you as a football club, and you're proud to have them as a manager. So there are all those things that go into it, you know. So he ticks all of those boxes. And yeah, it'll always get thrown in my face, you've sacked him twice before. But no, he's the most successful manager in my ownership history. I'd definitely put him up there. If he won one more promotion, he'd probably be the most successful manager in Peterborough's history. So yeah, we're really, really we're psyched. We're excited about it.
Obviously, you want success in the next couple of years, but
sure,
in 2 years' time, well, in 2 years' time, do you want to be really happy about the fact that everyone outside of the club will look at Peterborough United and know what the identity and philosophy is again?
Yeah, lots of clubs have kind of emulated what we've done and copied what we've done, and they've got championship money to do it. You know, you've got Preston, Brentford, Barnsley started doing it, Luton are doing it now. And when they're in the championship, it's a lot easier to follow through on our policy properly and really go and get that best talent, because you've got the money and you've got championship football. You can go to the best player in League One and you've got a chance of landing them if you've got championship football to offer them. And you can do that with the best in League Two. And then you get to the stage where League Two will go, well, we don't want to go to you in League One because we've got clubs in the Championship who are going to offer us this, and it's Championship football. We saw that last year with, say, Caden Jackson. It was us and one other club, and we just never had a chance the minute the Championship club came in. And I understand that from a player's perspective. So there's all those things to consider, and recruitment's a massive part of it. So we've gone away from that a little bit. Now we have to go back, shine it, polish it, do it better than ever, and add to it. And we've done that. So we've put together all the key things we want over the next couple of years. You talk about the next couple of years. You talk about this year, next year, and the year after. Forget about 5-year and 4-year and 10-year plans, because every year in football, you know, it's got to be now. We live in the present. But when it comes to making sure the academies run the right way, making sure the money at the training grounds being spent in the right areas, making sure we bring in players that we don't overpay for, overpay agents for, and whatever, and it's value for the football club. So, because every penny counts. A club our size, every penny counts. You can't waste X amount on a big agency fee for a player from Scotland, who's the next big thing, who comes in on silly wages and it doesn't work out, because that money could have gone on a new area of the training pitch, or it could have gone on some more under 13s or under 14s in the academy, or it could have gone on the ticket office or the commercial office, or be invested in certain area. Every penny counts when you're in League One, a club our size. So it's really important to have a manager that's on board with that. And you also need a manager who, excuse me, engages with commercial, engages with all the other fundamental bits of the football club, and we'll go out and do, you know, sponsorship days, and we'll go and speak to sponsors, and we'll do the hard yards that's necessary, knowing that they can't just have everything they want.
And in terms of recruitment, you've actually spent a lot of time in the country in the last couple of weeks, going out with a manager and Barry, watching the players. Does that still give you the same buzz as it did 10 years ago?
Love it. absolutely. I'm due in, I think it's Wales next week to watch a couple of games, and yeah, love it, absolutely love it. And it's not that I'm picking players, these are players that are on our list that we've crafted as a club, and that the manager's okay to go on the list, that Barry's okay to go on the list, and financially I've okay to go on the list. So we now go and do our due diligence. We've had our reports, now we have to get our own eyes on them ourselves. Once we can do that, and we talk to people locally at clubs and scouts and managers and ex-managers and ex-players and friends, and about the person's character, because character is really important, and we've had a few wrong-uns in that way recently. Then what we do is Barry will reach out, speak to the agent, he will find out the financial viability of it. Can we afford the player? Can we meet their expectations of wages? Would the player like to come? We then talk to their club. If there's a fee involved, what are you thinking? We then might have meetings with some of the players where Darren will do a presentation, particularly the ones who are out of contract in the summer. You are allowed to speak to them now. So he'll sit and do presentations with them. And we've already pre-signed a couple of players on that proviso.
Is it harder now with those non-league gems, as you describe it, to try and attract them?
I absolutely killed us with my, and I'm not trying to, I will take credit. I created the Young and Hungry philosophy years ago when I bought the club 12 years ago. No one else was doing it. So because of the success of what we did with the Trinity and all the players like that, so many other clubs are out there going, we want to do what Peterborough did, and look what they did with Dwight Gale. And we've, I know 2 clubs, fact, they've told Barry, they copied exactly what we did, and they sniff out and find out newspaper articles, rumours, anything that Peterborough's name is next to it, they will go watch that player. So now we have to be more discreet than ever. People like Alan Swan, we can't leak stuff to, because the minute a player comes out that we're in for, that a Barnsley or a Luton or a Brentford, they're probably already scouting them, but they'll be all over it like a rash. And who blame them?
And in terms of the recruitment, how big a summer is this? I mean, it's very hard, I guess, when you sign so many players last year.
Yeah, I mean, look, we won't be signing 22 players or 23 players. I would say anywhere between 10 to 12 will come in. There'll be no loan players coming in unless the loan has an option to buy at the end of it. That's the only way we'll do loans. I addressed that last night in the fans forum. So we will have to recruit, because, and it's not a case of having to get loads out, because we're in a position uniquely we haven't been in for a long time. Usually every summer we end up with 30 players on our wage roll. We have to sell, move on, whatever. I think this summer, with options taken up and everything else, we're down to 18 players. Like our back 4, we only have Reece Bennett and Jason Naismith under contract. There are no other defenders. So straight away, there's a fresh page to start with, that you're going to need 2 left backs, another right back, you're probably going to need 2-3 centre backs, that kind of thing. So, and there are other areas of the pitch we're going to have to look at as well. So there won't be it won't be every other week there's a new signing like what happened last summer. And it was like trying to remember people's names and who are they and whatever. So methodically it'll be put together. There'll be the right players brought in. We're going to be bringing in gems. We're going to be bringing in League One players. We're going to be bringing in Championship players. So there's going to be, across the spectrum, a nice blend.
And in terms of the striking options, you love someone with pace and power. Pace
wins the race, baby. So we'll definitely be looking for some pace. I would say there'll be a lot of interest in obviously Godders and Ivan Toney. We're under no pressure to sell them, but we would definitely like to add to that. And it depends if the gaffer is going to play 2 up front, or he's going to go 4-2-3 or 4-2-3-1. Is he going to go 4-3-3? Is he going to go 4 diamond 2? Is it going to be a 3-5-2? A lot of it goes into, when you're looking at recruitment of players, is making sure, well, what formations are you playing? Because I watch at the moment us playing, I go, some of those players can't play in a Darren Ferguson the way he wants to play at the moment. So I understand that, they're not his players, but they're trying, but they're just not going to fit. So it's square pegs and round holes. So you've got to recruit for the philosophy of the manager to match the philosophy of the club, kind of thing. So you might have a manager like Darren who want fullbacks who are like wingers, a la Luton. Or you might need fullbacks like Steve Evans would want, that were 6'4" and just defend. So it's a different thing altogether. So that's why I always said it's important for the club to recruit the right players. Sometimes the manager is going to have to fit the way he does things into how the club does things. So we know as a club our philosophy, and we know the manager we've now got definitely buys into that philosophy. In
terms of Joe Wood, I think Joe Wood's one of those players in recent years that has kind of fitted that previous, player who's played non-league, gone into the academy. He's done very well and has developed really well. Is he key?
He's going to get offered a new contract in the summer. Joe, he's got 2 years left, but we're going to give him a bump because he deserves it. He's a player who come in who Grant liked. But he didn't like him enough that he was nailed on for the first 11. He was a squad player under Steve, and then he was a first team player under Steve Evans, because I think he impressed Steve Evans, and he's definitely impressed the gaffer. And I think if Joe can get that nasty side to his game and focus more going forward than worrying about passing back, he'd be a phenomenal player. And I think he's one of them that could step up and add 10 goals, 10 assists to his game in a heartbeat. He's got all the attributes. He's got physicality, he's got pace, he's got skill, technique. He's a great lad. There's not a bad bone in his body. So if we can just add to that, he could be anything he wants. He could certainly play higher.
Yeah. In terms of Aaron McLean, obviously part of the coaching staff at this moment in time, is he someone that you've really liked?
We've offered Aaron a contract to match the Gaffer and Gavin's contract. I've been seeing Aaron for the last 3 years since he's left the club. We'd meet probably for lunch up near me in London, just to chew the fat, talk about his career, give him a bit of guidance. He's rang me when he lost his job at Ebbsfleet, him and the manager there, I chatted through what he should do, and really, really happy he's here. He's just one of those guys that's he's Peterborough through and through. He's a great character. He's a good young coach. He's going to make a very, very good coach in the game. And we talk about the lack of black managers and lack of black coaches. Aaron's somebody that if he continues on his path and puts the graft in and whatever, he could go on and become a manager if he wants to in the future. So, and Darren's very good like that. He's had people like Kevin Russell. He's had Gavin, he's brought through, he used to play for him. He's had Grant McCann, who used to play for him, he's brought through, and now he's doing it with Aaron. So not a lot of managers are like that with ex-players, because they're more worried about them taking their jobs, but the Gaffer's not like that. So really looking forward to Aaron working with us.
And when those new co-owners came and joined you, did you feel a little weight off your shoulder at that point? And has the partnership surprised you, or? No,
well, look, I've never had partners before, so it surprised me how well it's gone for me personally, because I don't know how to deal with partners, but they've been a breath of fresh air. They've been really, really instrumental in so many things. I give them massive credit for the stuff that's happening away from football, the school programme, the entertainment before and after a game, match day stuff. They've done so much. Jason's worked really hard on the stadium. Randy's worked hard on raising the money to acquire it. So it's been a really, really good match. We all have our own niches and our own things we work on, and they've been nothing but supportive with the first team recruitment and the managers and whatever else. So we've been on the same page and all of that. So it's been a dream, to be fair, working with them, and none of it's financially motivated. We're all football fans, and we have a project here that we think we can do good things with.
Every year is tough in modern football. Is this tough coming up in these next 12 months? Obviously, you've got the stadium decision that's got to be made. Obviously,
a lot of work on. You want to make sure you don't get distracted. Your main goal of being promoted. There's a lot of things we want to do. We want to do things at the training ground. We want to do things, obviously, with buying the stadium and then planning from that. And we want to make sure we give the Gaffer a fair crack at a whip, that he's got a squad that can compete for automatic promotion. And that's really important. So there's a lot of graft on, definitely.
Yeah, it's very hard to ask for the word patience in anything.
Sure.
With the academy, obviously a lot of investments
have to be with that one.
Is that something that you really reach out to supporters and say, look, give us an opportunity to bring through these players and give them their support? Yeah,
look, I'll take some of the blame, because I might hype up youngsters, but I'm proud to do that because they're ours, and I sometimes wish the fans would mirror that. And I might go over the top at some of the young players, but it comes from a good place. It's not from a place I'm trying to put them in a shop window like I was accused of in the fans forum the other night. I only want what's best for our youngsters, and if it was one of my personal kids, I would want people just to cheer for them, because they're Peterborough United through and through. So I guess patience is going to have to be the key word there, to make sure that we allow the staff at the academy, let them flourish, let them bring the best out of the young players, forget about results, concentrate on performances, concentrate on growth, concentrate on talent evolving. Let the Gaffer get them into the first team squad and then move them up another level. And then when they do make their debuts and they play for us in the stadium, we as fans and owners have got to get behind them. Even if a player comes on, let's say Harrison Burrows makes his debut and he has an absolute stinker, let's cheer for him. You know what I mean? Let's not go on fan boards, let's not go on whatever and write him off and he's rubbish and he's this and another hyped up. Let's get behind the kid. When he's played, I don't know, 60, 70 games for the club, then you can give your overall opinion. Let's get behind him up until that point.
Everyone wants to be a YouTube star now.
Yes.
You're no
You taking the mick?
No, I'm just. It's
very brave, I'll tell you, isn't
it? It's a good platform though to get your message across and also give advice. You set your own channel up and you've been doing a lot on it.
I've got Darragh MacAnthony, the real Darragh MacAnthony on YouTube, so subscribe to the channel. Yeah, my kids are into all the YouTube, and I'd never really thought about it before. So they said to me I should have a YouTube channel, so I decided to do it, and I've done a few videos. One of them's got like 23,000 views, and the other one's got 20. And I put up a couple of videos every week, and it's about business, it's about life, it's about football as well. So there's all aspects I'm covering. I'm 43, I've had a lot of experience, good and bad. I've done all right for myself in life, and if anyone can pick anything from that or learn anything from that, great, I've helped. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm not expecting to be like one of these fellas playing video games and 20 million kids watching me and you're earning money from it. It's not really, anyway. Well, no, not really. It's not a monetized situation. You know, this is purely a hobby that I do from my home office. So it's my time. If you don't like it, don't subscribe or don't watch. If you do, great, pass it on and let other people know. So that's all I'm trying to do, is engage with people. And we've got like 3,000 subscribers in a couple of weeks. It's okay going. But yeah, it's fun. It's something to do.
And you've got people writing to you all the time,
yes.
wanting to invest and all that kind of stuff. Is that still something that you look at and
all the time? All the time. I'm always looking for the next big thing. All the time. I'm up for a punt. I'm an investor. My partners are investors. Someone brought the right thing, I'd be on board, and so would they if it was good enough. So absolutely, if anyone out there has got the next big thing and they've got an invention or an idea or a business, like I've said on my video the other day, there's a way to come across and present and pitch. Do it. Forget about Dragon's Den. You know, come straight to the source. You know, and likewise with helping, I've got loads of people who email me, and when I get a chance, I email them back. I had somebody yesterday who was like a 17-year-old who sent me a business plan on a Chinese restaurant franchise from Peterborough, and I loved it. He was 17 and he put together an 8-page business presentation. I've been dealing with business people, so-called business people, who put half a column in an email. This kid's put a colour-coordinated business plan together at 17. Mark my words, he will do great things. Now, it wasn't for me, the investment, but I went back to him and said, love it, brilliant. You know, reading that's actually inspired me, seeing somebody at 17 doing that, and you're going to do great things in your life. Keep going with that attitude. So that's the kind of thing I love.
And just finally, we've got 6 games left.
Sure.
You want to finish the season as strong as possible?
Yeah, we're probably going to have to win them all. So at the end of the day, there is no tomorrow. I said it at half-time against Gillingham. I said it past, hope the players know there is no tomorrow. You know, there is no drawing, losing. We have to win. And I guess when it's all on the line, you got nothing to lose, have you? So the players have to give it everything. And you either go up fighting or you die hard trying. And at the end of the day, we've got some tough games coming up, but everyone's got something to play for that we're playing. So it's important that we go out and put our best foot forward. I'd said to the manager after we lost to Coventry, look, the season's done. These lads won't win another game. And they won 2 in a row. So I'll say it again, they won't win another game, and I hope they win another 6 in a row or whatever is needed, plus another 3. Let's see where it takes us, okay? I think Donny, you know, have got that last spot tied up. So, but, you know, if we could win the next few games and take it to the final couple of weeks, it would just be fun to be involved in it again. It's been a while since we had that little buzz, the adrenaline of, ooh, anything can happen. Last 2 games of the season and take it to that. Then all bets are off, who knows? So, funnier things have happened, right?